Hey there, Queen. Do you really know what your job is taking from you? I mean, really know. And I'm not just talking about your time. Okay. I want you to ask yourself this question. And since I'm asking the question first, I really want you to truthfully answer it because it is so much more than your time. It is taking from you your confidence, your energy, your dreams, your sanity, your peace. And is it really worth it? That would be the biggest question. Is it really worth it? Corporate America will drain you dry, totally leave you with nothing at all if you allow it. And we have got to stop putting ourselves in a position where we are allowing that. So, I want to talk about the real cost of you staying in a job that no longer serves you. And I want to have another heart to heart conversation with you. So, if we can just keep it 100 like we do all the time over here, everything I say, even though it may not feel good to hear, as oftentimes is true for speaking truth to power, I need you to know that I say all things in love. However, I don't believe in sugarcoating. I don't believe in dancing around the truth. I don't believe in telling you something that is going to, you know, make you feel better for the sake of making you feel better. Okay. I really need you to hear me when we are having this conversation because I want to free you. I want you to be unburdened and I really want you to be blessed. Okay. And be able to get rid of those mental blocks that you have right now so you can stop blocking your blessings. And I really want to get into talking about the cost of what it is to stay at that job or the corporate career you're in, the toxic, hostile work environment, or simply, again, just a job that no longer serves you in the corporate arena, period. Now, we've been sold a lie. We've been sold a lot of lies, actually. And one of those lies is that there's job security in corporate America. Now, I want you to sing this song with me. If you are a Gen Xer, right, which are the women that I serve. So if you're over 40, you know this song well because we come from the same era. It's like a broken record. Let's sing the song together. We all know the song. We were told what? We were given the same programming, the same brainwashing. I'm giving you some clues as we warm up to the song. What were we told? Go to school, right? Get a good job, a good paying job, work hard, climb the corporate ladder, and retire happy. This is the fairy tale we were fed, and we were strung along like puppets, and we were told what to do and how to do it. We were taught that this was going to be the traditional corporate career path was the way, the only way that we were going to achieve the level of success we were searching for. That if we wanted a piece of the American dream, then we needed to go this route. Nobody talked about entrepreneurship or an alternative route to that. So that's where we're stuck, a lot of us up here. So that's the first thing. The reality, that's not our reality, right? The reality is that jobs are draining us. The reality is that jobs are underpaying us. The reality is that jobs are underappreciating us. They're overcommitting us. They're overloading us, right? They are demanding things from us that are unrealistic. They are placing heavier workloads on us. They use us up and they drain us dry of everything we have within us. Again, if we let it. Those are the key words. Okay. Your job is not your safety net. I know what you heard. I know what you've been told. I know what you believe, and I understand why. But it is not the truth. We have got to let that go. We have to. I don't want anybody to buy into the hype anymore. These are lies. Corporate America is a system that is designed to keep you just comfortable enough that you never leave. It is a broken system that never keeps its promises. So I want to talk about 5 things that is stealing the 5 things your job rather is stealing from you. 5 things your job is stealing from you. The first is your dreams and your creativity. You have ideas, sis. You have some amazing ideas. You, for a business, amazing business ideas. You've been putting them in your notes. You've written them down on your notepad, on your legal pad. You've written them in your journal. You dream about it. It's all you think about. If you're sitting in a cubicle at work all day, it's all you think about. It's what you jot down. It keeps waking you up at night because it's pulling on your heartstrings to come towards it, but you won't. It is the thing that when you are on your lunch breaks or when you're taking a quick bathroom break or when you're just taking a mental moment or on the weekends or at night before you go to bed and lay your head down on your pillow at night and close your eyes, it's all you think about. You pray over it, you meditate over it, but you're not acting on it necessarily. And if you are, you're in that start stop cycle, but you do have some brilliant ideas. Do you know why your ideas are brilliant? Because they were given to you intentionally by your creator, by our creator. That is no coincidence. Make no mistake about it. And so you have a beautiful, brilliant brain for a reason. And those business ideas are coming to you for a reason. But if you don't act on them soon, they will be given to someone else who will. And I don't want you to have that regret that what you could have, would have, should have did, but you didn't. And now it's too late and somebody else ran with the idea because God will then give it to them if you don't do something with that blessing. You also have a book in your belly that hasn't yet been birthed. You understand the power of words. You're ready to write your story, whatever that story is. It's brewing inside of you. You keep saying it. You keep saying you're going to do it, but you haven't made time for it yet. Right? So, and the projects that you're working on right now, what are you doing with those? Are they just sitting there collecting dust? You know, you keep dabbling into those things. Like what those are what these are the things that your job is taking from you, is stealing from you right now. But you know what? You keep working at that job and it's keeping you exhausted, too exhausted to act on these things because you're consumed. And it is true, it's an all-consuming experience, corporate America. It takes, again, everything from us. We barely have time for ourselves after it's all said and done, right? So it's also stealing from you your mental and physical well-being. You're stressed out, you're burnt out, you're sitting for hours upon hours at a time. And as you may have heard, and if you haven't, let me be the first to break the news to you. Sitting is the new smoking. And if you know how bad smoking is for you, then you've got to understand, using that analogy, using that very powerful line that I just said, that puts into perspective how sitting is bad for the body. It is damaging you. I know firsthand why, because I myself am suffering as we speak. I have suffered for years from chronic pain. And it had only gotten worse for the many years that I had a sedentary lifestyle, not by choice necessarily, although I would have to say that as I sat for hours upon hours at a time in my job, and then I would sit for hours and hours upon a time working in my business, that certainly didn't help, right? It causes musculoskeletal issues, joint pain, in all your joints, knee pain, cramping, weird things happen to your body. It puts weight on you because you're not moving enough, you're not active enough, you're not including enough physical activity. It is really hard on the body and it's really bad for your health. And I'm not even touching in on everything that it's, how it affects you in a negative way. So the thing is, anxiety is increasing. You're more depressed, right? You're feeling sad and somber. You may not even be able to explain it necessarily. Your mood is off. It's weird. Hormones are raging. You're just like all over the place, crying one minute, laughing another. Like, yes, even if you're in your menopausal years, which I understand that could be a thing, and you might still have some lingering effects if you're in your postmenopausal years. However, that is only getting worse if you're stuck somewhere that you're miserable, like a job you hate. That's what I'm really saying. And so your job is slowly draining every aspect of your life, right? It's putting pressure on you and it's just hurting your overall well-being. And after all, we need to be at a place in our lives where we are prioritizing our health, healing, and happiness. And we can't heal in an environment that's keeping us stuck, that's all consuming, and that's draining. Right? That is the primary source for why we are exhausted, why we are stressed out, why we are burnt out, why we are not feeling like ourselves. If you are in that position right now, you need to get out. Okay? Also, your confidence in your self-worth. You know what? The longer you stay in this job, sis, the longer you stay in this job, the more I would say you doubt your abilities to do anything else. You know why that is? Because when you stay in an environment like this, like corporate America, it is an environment that conditions you to believe that this is it for you. And you start to have self-doubt about leaving and doing something more, even though you're dreaming about it all the time. Whether you're sitting in a cubicle, a corner office with a window view, or in the C-suite. You're looking out the window, dreaming for more, wanting more, longing for more, craving more. But because you're in an environment where you are being conditioned to believe that you can't achieve it, can't have it, won't accomplish it. Why? Because of everybody else around you. Who? Come on with it. You know who. We have the naysayers. We have the dream killers. We have the joy stillers. We have the sour Susies, the bitter Bettys, the Debbie Downers, right? We have all of those people in your ear, in your head, telling you, girl, just stick it out. Just stay here. Like, it ain't that bad. You really gonna leave? Like, where you gonna go and what you gonna do after this? Like, I mean, I ain't about to let nobody run me up out of here, honey. They gonna have to drag me out. No, I'm a fight to the end. I worked too long and too hard to get my degrees to be in this position. I'm making good money. I'm making good pay. I got great benefits. Those are the people in your ear. Business is hard. Business is hard. You really gonna go out and venture on your own? And what if you fail and then you're gonna have to come back to the workforce? They play on your psyche. They play with your mind. They want you to think there's nothing more for you, that this is where the buck stops. And then you believe it, but you don't believe it because you know there's more for you, but you're conflicted. You're conflicted in your head and you're conflicted in your heart because you won't stop listening to the people who are never going anywhere. They have no intentions of doing anything more than bitch, griping, and complaining because that's all they're about, but they're never going to act on their own dreams. They'd rather tell you all of these things because they are projecting their fears on you. They don't want you to leave because they want you to stay there and be miserable with them. And that is where you stay. And guess what? Family time with your friends, with your loved ones, what is that? Gone. You miss moments that you can't buy back. I don't care how much money you're making. You can't buy that time back. Precious time gone forever. and then your financial freedom, right? You're working towards financial freedom, but guess what? You're never going to have that in your job. You can't even depend on it being financial stability or security because there's no real truth to there being real job security anymore. And it hasn't been for a really long time. That's one of those things that corporate America will continue to gaslight you about, though, to get you to stay until they're done with you. And once they're washed up, once you're washed up as far as they're concerned, you're out of there. Okay. So trading time for money, guess what that means? It doesn't mean financial freedom. It means you'll always be working because you know where wealth comes from? I'll wait. Ownership, not paychecks. Ownership, not paychecks. So I want to give you a wake up call, kind of like the alarm that goes off every day and wakes you up every morning to drag you into a job that, or you're dragging yourself into because it is your choice, that you dread going to every day. But there you go, every day, doing the same mundane work day in and day out. Let me be your reality check and your wake up call in this moment because I want you to have your power back. I want you to take your power back like the queen that you are. That is what we do. Okay. The first thing I want you to start doing is building something that you own. I don't care what it is as long as you own it. You put your name on it, you stamp it with your name, and you start building your legacy. You cannot do that through a job. Okay. Because you don't own that job, right? In fact, your employer, while you're there, owns you. They own your time. And on their watch, they're going to require you to do some things that will never allow you to feel ownership because you won't have ownership over anything while you're there in that environment. That's just the truth. Entrepreneurship, coaching, consulting. You can package yourself up as a leader, as an industry leader, as an expert, as a service provider, doing something you already know how to do and do well. Something that comes easily and natural for you. You can do freelance work and capitalize on a skill set that you have. Something you might be doing right now as a hobby or for free for family, friends, colleagues, coworkers, whomever. You can take those skill sets and actually get paid. Okay? You can invest in something that's going to give you some dividends, some return on your investment. You can invest in real estate. You can invest in stocks. You can invest in other things as well. You can do your research on what, and I've got plenty of content here on this channel that goes into the kinds of things you can do to actually make money. So I'm not going to go too deep in all of that today. I more or less want you to know, be getting your wheels turning, get creative and think outside of the box. Anything that you can control, anything that you own and you can control, that's ownership. And that's what we need to be working towards, okay? And then, of course, the exit strategy, right? We need to create an exit plan. Why? I mean, if I haven't said enough to make it obvious at this point, then I'm not really sure what more you need to hear, sis. But the reality is, we need to make an exit plan before it's too late. It doesn't have to be as scary as you're making it out to be. You don't have to be afraid to make bold moves because if you don't, then that means you're not planning for the inevitable. And the reason why I'm saying the inevitable and what I'm referring to is the massive layoffs that's going on right now as I record this video. That's what's new in the climate happening now. You know what? It's true. It's been like this for years though. It may have not happened to you yet. And sometimes when things haven't happened to us, we think, I'm not going to worry about it because I know a lot of other people are getting laid off, but it hasn't happened to me and it's probably not more than likely. I'm too close to, I'm going to retire in a few years anyway. I don't plan working past this time or date or time frame anyway. So, not a big deal to me. Or I'm not that concerned about it. Like if I really had to, I have some money saved up. I can tap into my 401k or emergency savings fund or what have you. But how long is that going to last? And then what? We have to be thinking about, see, that's just, We need to start shifting our mindset to really doing the things that we need to do as real legacy leaders. Legacy leaders and a wealthy mindset is what you need to have. And if you don't start developing that now, you're always going to think from that place of scarcity. And it is from a place of scarcity. That's not how people who want to live an abundant life thinks. That is not from a place of someone who is wealthy. That's not how wealthy people think. Wealthy people always have something up their sleeves and in their back pockets. They will pull a trick out of their hat in a minute because they're ready. What's the motto? Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So we have to stop thinking like that. It is time, high time, that you get into position, a very strong position, to put yourself in a better financial situation. Not a bad predicament that you're going to look up one day and say, wow, I didn't even think of it that way. That didn't even cross my mind. I wish I had have done this sooner, right? So always plan. Get your game plan on and reclaim your time and energy. First of all, we don't want to wait until we burn out. We don't want to wait until we're laid off. We don't want burnout and layoff to be what forces us out. We want to leave on our terms. We want to know that something's brewing in this atmosphere. I don't like the vibes I'm feeling here. Therefore, I'm going to pack my bags, kindly hand in my notice, and I'm out. It's time to go. When you say it's time to go, not because burnout said it was time for you to go, and not because layoff said it was time for you to go. Okay? Reclaim your time and energy because your job is just a tool, sis. Let me explain something to you. This is my philosophy, my belief. This is how I live my life. This is what I teach my clients. This is what I want to say to you. When you are in a job, that job, that 9 to 5, that is just your temporary assignment. The bigger work you are here to do, that you are passionate about, your purpose driven mission, the vision that God placed in your head, right? That is for you to do the bigger work. That is your permanent assignment. And you've got to, at some point, get really crystal clear on what you need to do to act on that. Okay? I want you to use the job as a strategic tool. Okay? This is not your life. A job is not your life. Use it as a strategic tool while you're building your escape plan. Because that's what an exit strategy is it's an escape plan. And we've got to know when to exit left. We got to know which door we need to get out quickly in case of an emergency, right? Let's go ahead and practice it, just like they take us through the drill for an evacuation plan. And in the event there's a fire or some other sort of, event that happens, typically a fire, it's like a fire drill. We go through that whole thing where, it's a lot of people that's in the building, right? In these high-rise buildings, especially, where do we need to go? How do we get out? We can't be all running scared and crazy and panicked. We got to get out calmly, right? And we need to know the nearest door, the nearest exit door to leave swiftly. So that is what we're doing here. We're planning with purpose. We need to know what our exit date is. We need to know which door we're going to exit out of and when, how, and that comes with a plan. So listen, Queen, this is what I need you to know. that you have, look, okay. I said, I'm going, okay. I need you to come close. Take a breath. The longer you stay at this job, the longer the more it's going to drain you. The longer you stay at this job, the more it's going to drain you. The longer you stay at this job, the more it's going to drain you. I don't want you to dismiss that. You're going to lose in the end. I want you to win, and I want you to win big. And time, you'll never get that back, ever. It's in the rearview mirror. You might as well, those years that's already passed, gone. Nothing you can do about it. But you can do something about the here and now, and you certainly can do something about your future. It is time that you take full control over your life, regain your power, regain your strength, regain your confidence, dream big again, be bold again, do something courageous, do something for your legacy, do something for the people who depend on you. Don't let a job steal your future. Don't let a job steal your joy. Something my mother has said to me for years, don't let anyone or anything steal your joy. If you're done letting corporate America drain you, I want you to drop an hourglass in the comments below. All right? And by the way, if you're getting value from this video, let me know that in the comments as well. What tugged on your heartstrings? What resonated with you most deeply in this message today? Share this video out with at least 3 people, your business bestie, your colleagues, your entrepreneur entourage, acquaintance, associates, somebody, anybody, everybody who can benefit from this message today. As I always say, sharing is caring. And if this is benefiting you, then imagine how many more people we can reach if we share. Because there's somebody aside from you right now who needs to hear my voice and hear this specific message today. So I would greatly appreciate it if you would share, but definitely leave me some comments below and let me know what hit home with you, okay? And if you're ready, I mean, really ready, we're not playing no games over here. We're making big, bold moves, okay? If you're really ready to build your life and live life on your terms, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode whenever I drop a new video or go live. And I want you to get my quick start guide. Please grab your copy today. It is titled How to Cut the Corporate Cord. We're cutting the cord from corporate America so you can become the CEO of your business and your life. It doesn't require you to have any more degrees, to get in any more debt, or to experience any more disappointment, nor do you need to climb anybody's ladder to get to the top. On day one, you can become the CEO of you. So if you want to make a real boss move, that's what I suggest you do. And if you need help with a customized plan, a roadmap, to set that date, put it on the calendar, and literally create your exit strategy so you can have a seamless, smooth transition out of corporate America and start and or grow your own business so we can take ownership. We talked about ownership today. That's why I'm putting it in air quotes. Okay. That's what we want to do. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to tune out while you continue to tune in. Be sure to watch the next video that YouTube recommends. As always, and until next time, I am wholeheartedly in this journey with you. Bye for now.